Hello there, the internet, Tough Monkey here once again. Hope that you're all well, and I seem to have been joined by my dog. Seriously, the dog's right in my face here. Hey Storm, how you doing? Let's try that again, shall we? Anyway, welcome everyone. It's a new week in the world of Gran Turismo. That means a whole new batch of daily races. And this video, we're concentrating on daily race A. We're off to the new Grand Valley Highway for the first time in the daily races, and not only that, it's Grand Valley South, the short circuit, and we're in the Porsche 911 RS, which is going to be especially tail happy with those sport hard tyres on. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I do like low grip cars and low grip circuits. I'd already set some decent qualifying times before I started filming this video, and so far I've done 3 of the daily races, each time from the front row of the grid, and well, they didn't all go quite to plan. This was my first race, and that chap there, the Swiss guy, Twerner, however you pronounce his name, we had a few issues during the course of yesterday evening, and that's how I ended up in the first race. It didn't go well. The second race also started from the front row of the grid. Didn't go much better, I'm afraid, and it all seems to go wrong at the same section of the track. You always get someone you can see nibbling away at my back end here, and punts me into the wall here, and well, again, didn't end well for me. And oh, there's that Swiss guy again. It wasn't him who did that though. The third race of the evening though did go much better. Started from pole position, and although there was a few, shall we call them shenanigans, it ended up with a decent result. What I will say is though, practice your starts. Since the Sophie AI update, I've managed to get my starts so much better. I had to focus on getting off the line quicker, and I'm doing alright. Anyway, I'm digressing here because there's that chap again, the Swiss guy. He managed to dive up the inside in the first corner, nothing wrong with that. I left the door open, but carefully pay attention here. I'm drafting him down the start-finish straight into the first lap, and I was just pulling out of his slipstream, and he suddenly sort of slowed down. Fortunately, I'd managed to miss him, and well, this happened. Was that deliberate? Was that an accident? I'll leave you, the viewer, to decide on that one. Anyway, moments later, at the same section of track I seem to have a lot of issues, this happened. Yeah. Again, I'll leave the viewer to decide who was at fault there. There wasn't a gap to go for, but hey ho, this is daily race A. You kind of accept these sort of things. Fortunately, I kind of got away with it, only dropped down to second, and as you can see, the guy who took the lead has a half-second penalty to serve on the fourth lap, so really all I needed to do was stay close enough to him coming up to the penalty line to take advantage of it, and I just had enough in hand to get past him as he slowed down and sweep in front of him into this tight little corner here, so that was pretty much it for the race. Just keep it clean, get it to the finish line, and take the race victory. People do ask me why I do the daily races, because you do get that kind of carnage, but I quite enjoy it. It's over in only a few minutes, and any grievances you can lay them to waste a few minutes later when you run the next race. I don't mind it, and it doesn't mean anything. It's you're not going to upset your SR rating, so I don't mind. I don't mind too much. I don't get annoyed by it. What I do get annoyed about is being called out. This guy seemed to think this was all my fault. Now, my GCSE German has long since been forgotten, so I had to Google what Du Wartest means, and apparently it means something along the lines of, you just wait. Well, that sounds like a bit of schoolboy threat, but I think I can live with that. Anyway, at this point, I was 145th in the world, which I thought was pretty good, but so close to being the top 100, and I set my sights on getting under the 1 minute 18 barrier. So what I did is I found someone with a time that was probably beyond my own means, but it was a good target. It was something I could get onto the back of and try and drag me around the lap. Now, as always, I don't have any assist on the car except for ABS set to weak. And what we're going to do here is we're going to walk around the first lap together. This isn't my fastest lap, I'm just going to show you step by step. I'm getting on the brakes just before the 300 board into the first corner. I drop it down to second, that gives me the rotation of the car. Now, if you've not got good control of the back of the car, you might want to go back up to third gear early, but I keep on the power just a bit longer so you just get that bit of acceleration. This corner here, you can lift off and get the weight to transfer. I'm trying to slide the car a little bit in, but I'm not getting the back end out. As soon as that back end slips out, you're not going to be in control of the car. I keep it tight around this right hander, it means I can get back on the power early. Don't skip too much over this bit on the left hand side, it will unsettle the car. Turn in early for this one. Don't go too much onto the sand on the right hand side, you'll get a penalty. Again, up against the wall here, early on the brakes into this right hand corner and not onto the sand. Cross that little curb maybe, but nothing too more than that. Early on the brakes into this corner, drop to second, rotate the car. You can clip a bit of the curb just there. Don't go over this white line here, you'll get a penalty. Then flat out up to this right hand corner coming up, when I get onto the left hand side of the circuit, almost down into that slip lane to the left there, and then cut back in, and don't cut this corner too early, you will get a penalty going onto that sand there. And likewise, cutting this corner on the left hand side, you'll get a penalty. You could just dip across on with your left hand wheels, you'll be alright. I drop it to second, then back up to third. I take a tight line around here. I've experimented with various lines, but just drop it to second, get the rotation in the car, and then drive right out to the left hand side up against the wall. You can't actually see the wall, it's so dark, so you're trusting to look a little bit, and then it's nothing more to do except flat out to the line. Now, while we're trying to get the fastest lap possible, we're also training ourselves for the race to come. We've got a 5-lap race to come, and if you notice on the side there, all my times there are 1:18s. I was trying to get the consistency. Quick times every lap, you're getting yourself in a good position for the race. Anyway, I'm going to sit back and let you watch the fastest lap that I've done so far. And there we are, a 1:17.872. As you can see, I was really rather happy with that. It took me 27 laps to get that lap. I was getting quick times, but I just wasn't getting that perfect lap. But following the ghost car, looking at the replays, it really does help you out, and that's the point behind this video. Just a little bit of a tweaking of your technique, it can deliver those times. Anyway, as you can see, 1:17.651 is my ultimate time, so not far off my ultimate time. So you know what, I'm happy with that. I think that's going to do me for the week. So currently I'm sitting at 80th in the world at the time of recording, which was 8 o'clock on Tuesday the 28th of February. And I'm sure I'll slip down as the week goes on, but you know what, I am happy with that. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to end the video in my traditional manner of seeing what we get in our roulette ticket for the day. Yeah, we've got some gold bars available here, and obviously a couple of very cheap bundles of cash, and yeah, of course, yeah, we're going to get, what are we getting, 20, 30, we're getting 30,000 credits, that's going to pay for a set of tyres. Thanks very much. See you next time, everyone.